catch him like O.D. Beckham. Halting up the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27. I feel like Iman Shepherd. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive. The streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class. Seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united. A legion, my soul forever. I murdered my adolescence. Assault with a friendly weapon. I verbally died.
So I have an unlimited card. 99 overall.
I guard the kids. I should play for the Celtics. Watch how I Euro step them and curry them like I'm stepping whenever I'm in your town. The warriors in your presence. I manifest my endeavors. I'm blessed and I'm getting better. I walk amongst living legends. Coach Contra will live forever.
New goals, baby boo. Got my wrist in these grits, tryna whip something new. I am sick of this rampant. So are you. Hold on, switch. Mama, I'm gonna introduce my ego. Since the world full of villains, then let's introduce the heroes. We the good guys, no blood on our hands. Hands Cheeto, she is back. Finna, guaranteed, don't move back. Type of view is that on the globe. It's a visionary peeking out the window of my soul. Might just fall back, then a helping hand and play my role. You ain't all that in the mirror oversold. Call me Reasonite, aka Malcolm XL. That's a big pun, bigger punishment. I give him hell, get done. Keep it blunt enough, you can't cough drop. Tell them hard for their help.
Al fin han encontrado el negrito con los ojos colorados, el mejor desde Colombia los estados. Para los que no piensan que yo soy mejor, tengo todo tu rapero favorito.
Hello again, everybody. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Hope you're ready, because we've got another good one on tap.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, who burst onto the scene back in 2016 as the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, and now in his 7th NFL campaign.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Dak going to start out going to the air. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Prescott from the gun. Got this complete to the Taggart Pitts. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. A first down throw for Prescott. His throw incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB in his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford. They go play action here on first down. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. And they rattle off a big one. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And that one complete downfield to Johnson. Touchdown! Calvin Johnson, 31 yards. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
Where are you, man? No, you man. That's a play all intercepted with you, man.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott, and he fires one that's intercepted.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down and 4, Stafford. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After running 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of his end zone, Prescott. This complete to David Bell. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. second down and 4. Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And again, it's Prescott. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Cameron Wake with a little wake-up call as he gets in there for the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
On third down, here's Harris. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. He will score. Touchdown.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys field it that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Prescott to throw him. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner down. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second-half blowout material. Straight ahead is Hall. And some room to maneuver. And touchdown! Breece Hall, 39 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals offense returns to the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. And this is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Prescott. Loading the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Wake picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. This is fielded at the 27. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over for the 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it is 42-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Prescott on play action. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak. He's got him in, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Marr on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Prescott. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Thomas Davis coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
But one thing I do know, these these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Here's Prescott. This will be caught. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's going the other way. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing here, Stafford. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Marr now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it out past the 35. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. To throw is Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
And didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, then the defense jumped up and said, hold it.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we wouldn't have ride nobody way, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy Yanni at yelling hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit.
Trust me, taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Oh, he has that Michael Vick 99.
To throw right away is Vick. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Vick with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are you going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Vick will look to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Here's Michael Vick. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It'll be Vick once more. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Vick. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, 30 yards. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just shut something down and pump the football.
And Vic's throw there incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, 25 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back to throw, Stafford. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after.
Shit. I'm going to take my quarterback real quick. Hold on.
And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And some space here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry for their fullback. They find some open field here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Smith. A 9-yard touchdown grab. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. I know a lot of of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. Even this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and...
Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Rolling to his right. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They're going to try and throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. They'll try the left side with Dillon. And he's got room. And he's got this down to the 35. 68 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Calvin Johnson, 35 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Bro, Gardner Minshew is putting on a performance right now.
Right?
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm not going to date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. They'll still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They go play action now. Jackson. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. With it is Brown. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
I'm expecting to excuse me. How do I press play? I won't let me press my play. It glitched me.
So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? This take it in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Dillon up the middle. Powers through him. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Off play action, it's Minshew. Here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On 4th down, Minshew. Got a man complete, Calvin Johnson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Up Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun is Minshew. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Smith. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Come on, Ryan. Right. They won't let me call a timeout.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. They go play action with Jackson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 3rd down, Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Up front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats and maybe some bet.
Tries to force it to Megatron, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Minshew. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Now he's forced out right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Minshew. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard. They see what they can accomplish.
That gain of 15 gets them on the doorstep, 1st and goal. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. If they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because Your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Airing it out deep for Smith. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Fine, I'll play Fortnite, man. I was live on my other one.